No. Okay. Just the dinos down. Oh, so by the water temple, you're talking about the fish temple. Got it. I'm like, I was surprised you got through that much. Yeah, if I let this play, I should be in the credits here still. Thank you for the GG. I can still play this. If you don't know what this is, Barry, this is a fan project that turned Link to the Past into a roguelike. I ended up meeting a lot of people for this game and just have a lot of fun with it in general. I haven't played it in a while, though. Someone last week was like, can you play Dungeons of Infinity again? I'm just like, you know what? I can. I can fit that somewhere. I will get a poll going soon. See, there I am, Haruzu Lux. What feels like a good Gamba poll number? Yeah, my best rupee high is over 4,000. Oh. Not poll. I need the prediction. Go with 20 minutes. I'm just gonna go 1750. I don't have a lot of faith in my ability right now, so I'm gonna probably buy a bit more. Also, we were asking earlier, yes, just over 100 games played, 67 of them run, and as a side note, a lot of those losses were actually doing I'm gonna still start with the shield. Doing the original tough enemies curse, because that was just a pain for Vegeta. So the shield in general is worth a little less than 100 rupees, but it also will, in general, help me protect my health, so I need to buy less food. So that's why we're going to start with that instead of money. Let's see, I don't think I'm quite an ad yet. But yeah, Barry, if you end up doing the Fish Dungeon and need any help, do feel free to just ping me on Discord. If I am available, I am more than happy to help you with that one. The Fish Dungeon happens to be the first dungeon I think is a bit complicated. Yep, I always run Grunkle Stan for the Gamba stuff, just because Grunkle Scan, or not Grunkle Scam, not an unfitting name for him. Grunkle Stan feels like the type of person that would do his best just to Gamba everything. For anyone that doesn't know him, he's a character from Gravity Falls. He is someone that runs a mystery shop and has a bunch of fake items, and they're tricking people into thinking they're real items in order to sell tickets and whatnot. A Gamba run typically will require us to make sure to go through and collect and kill everything. Yep, con man. That all being said, if I die before the end, that also counts as a failure for the purposes of the poll. Two little chests. Yellow gem, not very exciting. Money's exciting. So what we're hoping to find on this run is a rod or a ring of rupees pretty early on, as well as the Pendant of Wealth and the Pendant of Magic. That being said, we're definitely buying more defense at this point. As much as I'd love to save all my money just for the sake of this, definitely have to spend some early on in order to gear myself up. We can try it. Nope. Is that the right position for a potential door? Here. Yeah, who needs another bomb? Someone betting against me already, Mars? There's the key. More money. That's always lovely to see. There's the key. Is there a path down as well? Let me double check. There was. We'll buy a little bit of food. Oh, we're not going to waste money on a key, though. We're going to want to explore pretty much all the spots. You know what? That is perfectly fair, Mars. There, I'll buy more shields. I usually kind of just keep buying stuff until we get to the town. I do wonder how much it costs to get a crowd control thing going. I think this could be funny to do with crowd control at some point if it was allowed. Existing. Could be very painful too, though. Okay, hoping I get lucky and find Justin here. So there's the prisoner I talked to last time, Pablo, who will always appear, always has a letter to give you money. But there's another prisoner called Justin, who's the creator of the game, who can also show up. That will give you money. Let's complain about more health. Okay, nothing in here. This is probably a small loop, which means it probably has my key in it. These enemies don't hit very hard yet. I got more defense than I usually do at this time. Bombs! Go away. There's my key. Hey, Topo. How you doing? Hope you've been doing well. Haven't managed to catch you in a while, so it's lovely to see you. I'm doing well. Topo, there's another fun streamer that I know. Definitely someone that's a lot of fun to hang out with as well. Sure, that's not that bad for an inventory slot. I'm probably not going to waste money on a bow, which is going to make the second boss real scary. Harvey did continue. You left the water running. What's wrong with you? I told you not to do it. Hurry, it's our calling card. All the great ones leave the rocks. We're the web bandits. You're sick, Marv. Hopefully people get that reference. Hey, Elvis. Hope you're doing well. Lovely to see you. I don't love Spiky Guy. Spiky Guy's scary. So far so good. Yeah, this one's a fan project that turns it into a roguelike. Apparently on my 106th run of it. I've played a good chunk of this. But I quite enjoy this. I'm currently on a Gamba run. You can predict against me or for me. If I see a Gamba, I have to take it. And I'm trying to collect as much rupees as possible by the end. My Gamba run points this time are a simple... Nope. I got the key out of this loop. I'm pretty sure, at least. No, I didn't, did I? With my best score being 4,000, but that was before a couple things got nerfed. There's the other key. As the Rod of Rupees, I believe, used to have more charges. You used to be able to stack potions easier. Various stuff got nerfed because a couple people, including myself, abused them. I got enough bombs to try this wall. It's probably a no, but we'll check it. Damn rat. Anything in this shop I actually want? glove will get me more attack. Not that I have enough money for it. So I don't think so. More attack would be nice. Drop these enemies down to 2 and this one down to 3, I think. There you are. Drop the arrows that I probably have no use for. If I find a bow, I'll take it, but I'm not gonna buy a bow, so... Gems, which I don't have any to get rid of, so useless to me. Okay, I remember now that it's 3 of these, so that should help. Of note, I've played this boss a lot. I've had a number of people comment that I make this boss look a lot easier than it is. I'm gonna clear some stuff real quick. Okay. I have a bunch of messages on Discord anymore. Most comfortable piece of clothing I own. I have a really comfy pair of shorts. I'll go with those. There's a lot more enemies here than I thought there was. Good comfy hoodie. Also, hello, Jazz. I wish I could wear like hoodies and whatnot. I overheat in them. Wackerly! How did your day go? Monkey Shuffle Raid. Does that mean you were doing Donkey Kong 64? You were doing Donkey Kong 64. Hope that was going well for you, Wackerly. I mean, I hope one day I can get cold easier. I am always warm. So, Wackerly is someone that I play a lot of Zelda stuff with and is just an awesome person in general. Doing Donkey Kong 64 rando, apparently, which I've heard is a really fun rando. Also, hi, Ryan. Hi, Cortith. Hi, Koneko again. He did Gex too. Nice. But it's lovely to see y'all. For anyone that coming in that doesn't know me, I'm Haru. I'm a non-binary variety streamer that does a lot of randomizers and roguelikes, especially of Zelda and Pokemon, and a bunch of indie games and retro games. But mostly we're just about having fun, vibing, spreading hope, all that. Just want to have a good time with everyone. We are currently doing Dungeons of Infinity, which is a roguelike fan project for Link to the Past, which converts Link to the Past into a roguelike. I am doing a version of a run that I started doing at one point that I've called a Gamba run, that the goal is to always Gamba and always get as much money as possible. So if I see a chest in a shop, I have to buy it. I have to Gamba on it. And then my goal is not only to beat the game, but to have as much money as possible at the end. You two are giving a goal? Nice. Slightly Gex did the first level, and of course suggested DK64 and yeah, that is fair. Nothing wrong with just changing gears and doing something else. it's not like if a certain person was free tonight, I might not have, or might have just switched over to a Link to the Past randomizer instead of Dungeons of Infinity. Yes, at some point, Wackerly, I'm gonna have to do some Zelda with you again. So in order for me to change out sprites, I need to go into the files and move those around. I have 9 sprites preloaded into the game. So I did change sprites, but not in a way that would spot any other files in there. Nope, they never changed that. There actually has not been an update since the last time I played this 6 months ago or so that I have access to, at least. As far as I know, only a single YouTuber has access to the 1.3 version. Correct, Koneko. Which, I mean, I could potentially grab yours and probably put it in here. Hee. Nope, that is totally fair. Okay, where's this keyhole? Here it is. Yeah, the color palette stuff for this was complicated. I ran a couple of sprites that had full color changes that people did, but I never fully understood how to make my own. Wonder if you can coerce this into running? I don't quite follow, Wackerly. I feel like I'm missing a word. Linux. Yeah, I'm not sure how it works on Linux. I think there was people that got it to work on Linux. I know there was a project to get it working on Android, and they got it working on Android. I don't know if that would help with Linux at all either. Okay, this is one of the things I really can use. I need one more rupee. Ah! I messed up. Hey, Pretzel. This skin here is Grunkle Stan from the TV series Gravity Falls. A really solid animated series that ran on Disney for 2 seasons. That's just a lot of fun. There's the 1 rupee I needed. Like, when asking me favorite animated shows, Gravity Falls definitely falls in my top 10. I'd have to double check exactly what they are. They were all taken from the Zelda Rando site, though, yeah. You found a picture of someone playing on the Stream Deck, or Steam Deck, so it'll probably work? Yeah, most likely. Oh, yeah. That's fair. Yeah, there's a lot of goofy skins for Link to the Past. For some reason, I think the only Steven Universe one is Garnet. Not even Steven. Just Garnet, I want to say. Hello, Neon Angel. Lovely to see you. So, with the rupee thing, now that we're aiming for as much money as possible, I'm going to want to target enemies that have more health. They are more likely to drop more money. So bats have 1 health, snake has 2. Neither of these are very exciting to rupify. These guys are alright. As you can see, they're dropping a decent amount of money. But I should also mention Pretzel Cat Girl. There's someone else that I've been getting to know recently. She does a lot of Celeste, and is very, very good at Celeste. If you want to watch someone just completely be a badass while playing Celeste, Pretzel's a great person to hang out with. Hey, CEO. How's it going? Speaking of other awesome people, CEO, there's someone I've met through the Retro Gamers Club. It's been a delight getting to know. Plays a lot of retro games and just is a fun person in general. Also, one of the people I know for a fact that's never seen me play this. I don't know if you know this at all, CEO. It is the roguelike version of Link to the Past that went around for a while. I used to play it a lot. I have a lot of fond memories with this. A decent number of my regulars actually found me through YouTube playing this. Mars, who's been speaking, Ness, Bruce, I'm pretty sure Malvax, Jeff, and a couple others are just people that originally found me while playing this and came over to Twitch and have continued to hang out with me since then, which I'm always super grateful that people who are just mostly searching for one game end up sticking around after that. You played it on the early stages? Nice. Yeah, my two big things with this that I already covered are the simple fact that, as far as I know, I'm one of the first people that ever streamed beating the final boss, even though I started the game about 2 weeks later than most people. And another fun thing with me is I'm actually in the special thanks of this game. Hi, Sachi. Lovely to see you. Yep, you found me from normal Link to the Past randomizer, which I started shortly before this. My path was Questmaster into doing Link to the Past randomizer because I really wanted to get into that, into this. But this is one of those games that just holds a special spot for me, and probably always will throughout my streaming career, just because it's the first time I ever had anything really explode even a little on YouTube, etc. But I met a bunch of people that I hang out with still through it. It's like Questmaster will always have a special spot for me too. And Link to the Past randomizers, and Ocarina of Time randomizers now. Pink one is just, what, 10% off? Oh, treasure chest. One free Gamba. I hope you're having a wonderful day, Sachi. We're going through Gamba-ing today. I don't have much money yet, but I'm getting set up. I really need to find the 2 amulets I need, though. One rupee. Yeah, we're trying to end this run with at least 1,750 rupees. Which will probably be close, given how rusty I am at the game. But it should be possible. Check. Thank you for the hydrations, Darcy. Hope you're feeling a bit better. Stupid electric jellyfish. Button. pick that magic up? Yeah, that's fair, Erica. Also, good morning, Erica. This only saves me like 20. Magic could make me like 30. Am I going to shop right now? Or town right now? Okay, I'm going to town right now. Okay. Erica is someone else I've been getting to know recently. Does a decent chunk of Path of Exile and some other stuff. It's just a fun person in general. Cannot rush this. Grab all I can. I'm break from path now? Okay. I've only ever played a little bit of Path of Exile, but I have a few friends that really, really love it. I also have a few friends that really love Path of Exile too now. I'm still waiting for that one to go properly free to play. Both Path games have so much to them, though, that I just don't know when I find the time to play it. Okay, we're looking for the Pendant of Wealth before we do anything else. It is not in here. It's also no Pendant of Magic, which sucks. Oh well. Turn in the letter, get 175? 150. Good news, it runs. Sounds like there's bad news that it doesn't run well. Yeah, I hope you have fun with it, Wackerly. Bad news, you got new bad news? Or no bad news? No bad news is a good amount of bad news. Food bag's not bad. That will free up some space. This doesn't have anything in it, right? Oh, a couple pots. Alright, just as a reminder, a Gamba run means I need to do every Gamba I can. If I fail to do the 2 Gambas in the bar, I fail the Gamba run in general. So let's go do that. Oh, it's always nice to have a pizza place like that you enjoy. Alright, I only have to Gamba until I lose on here. And you... keep the pair of 7s. Nope, we lost. Real easy to get that Gamba done. I just have to get it done. Gamba! This one's not officially a Gamba one, but I might as well come here and grab something. There's actually a lot of Gamba going on in here. First Gamba. That one's free. Second Gamba. Third Gamba. It's really not bad. I also consider the Kinstones Gamba to some degree, so I try to collect those. Alright, Wackley. hope you get good food, and I will see you in a bit. I definitely want a better sword. There's a couple decent things in here, so I'll take the sword and the armor, and that's probably going to be it from here. Hello, Allie. How's it going? Tell you there's another B4 member and just another awesome person. Hope you're doing well. Are you saying Whacker generally? Do you know Wackerly? Wackerly does get around. I am doing well. Which ring are you? Arrows? Yeah. I don't care about you or you, really. Know each other from another community? That's awesome. Always love when Twitch is a small place. It's always fun. Twitch can be very tiny at times. Though, most people I know that Wackerly knows end up doing some sort of randomizer or Zelda-related thing. So do you do such things, Allie? I've caught a few of your streams, but I don't think I've caught you doing those yet. Literally only just started playing Legend of Zelda? That is fair. Link to the Past Ocarina of Time last year, first time ever. Nice. Those two are both good ones, and a lot of fun to play on a randomizer. Both are dear to me. Puppy says hi. I say hey back to Puppy. I did my first Majora's Mask randomizer last Monday. Majora's Mask is an interesting one. Hey, Teddy. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, I might have charged it too much. I need some magic to finish all of this. Hopefully the magic's not too expensive in here. Or the magic is expensive in here. Yeah, so we're wishing Wackerly good food. Yeah, I should properly shout out Allie here real quick. Been getting to know Allie. Allie has just been a good time to hang out with. Apparently playing Pokemon Gale of Darkness recently. I missed that stream. That one's on my list to play at some point, too. I can't remember. Has that one been added to the Switch, too, or is it just coming? I think it's just coming still. Yeah, I know it was supposed to originally come there. I just couldn't remember if it actually came or not. I haven't looked for a little bit. But yeah, that one should be fun to mess around with when it comes out. And I love shouting out other awesome streamers. I should get motivated and just set up the command to shout out the various stream teams I'm on. And, you know, that is totally fair. I mostly got a Switch 2 just because I really wanted a Switch Pro. And I can at least finally play Age of Calamity, the second Hyrule Warriors game, at a acceptable frame rate co-op. Because I had been clamoring for a better Switch since that game came out. but I had also been putting away about $10 a month since Age of Calamity came out in order to save up for a new Switch. So I had been planning for a long time to get one. But I don't blame anyone that doesn't want to support Nintendo right now. Absolutely not totally fair. No, I did bomb this bottom area, right? Yeah. Yeah, the first level in Age of Calamity, if you played it co-op, dipped to about 6 or 7 frames at times. It was absolutely horrendous. Let me check some other stuff real quick. I bother buying the armor. Sure, let's protect yourself just a little bit more. Yeah, I will say there's good odds that the Switch 2 is the last console I ever buy. But I will not deny that Nintendo has some ick policies going on with some stuff with it. But it's not like I expect the PlayStation 6 to be affordable going forward. Also totally fair. I'm personally not too worried about that whole leasing clause that they put in there. It's one of those things that they actually try to enact. I have a feeling they'll be taken to court over it. And they'd probably end up losing. So, even before the various tech prices increased, Suki, I was pretty confident that the PlayStation 6 was not going to be under $1,000. Now, I would not be surprised if it was closer to $2,000. Yeah, I've talked about the Steam machine a bit. I am still hopeful that is a reasonable price, but yeah, I'm very afraid of all the prices going up for it. I was hoping it would be around $750 for that, and about $500 for the headset. And if it was, I could probably justify the budget, because the real nice part about the Steam machine for me is the stuff they're targeting for that. That's going to be more than enough for me. I don't need 4K 120. 1080 60 is perfectly fine. But with the whole prices going up, I'm a little more worried about it. But the biggest thing about the Steam machine for me is I've kind of wanted to do a dual PC setup, but I don't really have much room for much else. But the Steam machine's only supposed to be 6 inches by 6 inches by 6 inches, which is way more feasible for me to fit somewhere. Do I have enough magic? I do not. So ready to have so much space on PC? Yeah, that's fair. I'm still hopeful it won't be super expensive. Valve was never targeting top-of-the-line stuff with it, so definitely possible that it won't be super-duper bad. Hurt people's game, X6 Connect, and literally no one liked. The funniest part about people hating on Connect is that effectively a Connect console in 2025 outsold the Xbox for Black Friday. There is some little Connect box out there with games as a subscription aimed at kids that actually outsold the Xbox consoles this Black Friday. I forget what it's called, but Xbox is actually in 4th console-wise for Black Friday. Yeah, I do wish all of the companies were a bit better. I've commented before that I used to really love Sony, but Sony killed off most of the companies or studios that I actually cared about. So sword upgrades are about the only thing I continue to buy, and only until the next level after this. Working games is just terrifying to see what the industry's come to. Absolutely. So I don't work in games unless you count streaming as working in games, but I wouldn't. But I do talk to a lot of indie developers. Even before I was streaming and worked with indie developers to showcase their games, I've always talked to indie developers a lot. And it's been years that the landscape... Ooh, camp time. Landscape of that has been pretty awful. And just not getting better with a lot of stuff. Hello, Maple. You know, that's fair. Ghost Hunters probably do love the Kinect camera. Company's not one of the good ones. Definitely future. Yeah. The industry as a whole is just kind of in a depressing strait right now. As, even with all the wonderful indie games coming out, a lot of that's not sustainable. Most of the indie industry is built around passion projects that some of them fan out, but most of them don't even get near breaking even, despite the fact they were built on someone effectively making like $1 or $2 per hour. Hi, Jaded. Lovely to see you. Because, like, it's always great hearing success stories like, say, Cuphead and whatnot, but, like, Cuphead's creators definitely were not in good shape for a long time before it released. Thank you for bringing some hope, Phasma. And, nope, it is absolutely fine to prefer that over the apocalypse. Like, I at least appreciate how accessible making games is at this point. Like, if people want to make games, it is easier than ever to. And, like, if you want to make higher graphics games, I personally hate the Unreal 5 engine, but it is pretty solid at making a, you know, late PS3, early PS4 era looking game without needing a ton of budget for visuals and whatnot. If they made Unreal 5 more mod-friendly and more performance focused, where it wasn't designed just to brute force everything. I wouldn't hate on the Unreal 5 engine so much. There's a lot of good things in it, but mostly I hate how much it's unoptimized and stutters and makes a lot of games that shouldn't take a ton of resources to play take a ton of resources to play. Yeah, Unity has some real shady stuff in the background with the payments and whatnot. But at least Unity in general tends to be very mod-friendly, and tends to perform a little bit better with the indie games I play, at least. And I totally get wanting to die inside for that. Like, my spouse lost their job in part to AI last year. Was not embracing it enough, and they mostly want to replace longer-term employees with younger employees that will just fully embrace AI. Now, the scary part is they worked in healthcare, specifically healthcare software. I recently saw some people responding to an article about a company wanting to put medical charts into AI and sitting on the sidelines going, well, it's already happening, whether you want it to or not. Yeah, I hope everything remains well for you. I'm mostly just sitting on the side here, hoping the AI bubble pops, but also terrified when it actually does. So, it will make less mistakes in some spots, Zuki, but make a lot more mistakes in other spots. And in particular, it will be significantly more likely to willingly tell people information about people that it shouldn't be. What's probably eventually going to happen is someone will probably eventually find a way to break down the safety protocols and get direct information about people. I mean, I could say generative AI the whole time. It's a mouthful. I am talking specifically about that type, the type that everyone talks about, that is ruining stuff. And not just like procedural generation AI or enemy AI that exists for a long time. Stupid explosions. No, it's totally fair. Drop you for now. We got a good way to charge now. That's helpful. Yeah, logically, AI is eventually going to need to turn a profit, and their business plan is basically uh, hope everyone gets so addicted to AI that they'll actually pay for it the amount it costs. Which is not cheap per search and whatnot. I still haven't been cursed somehow. Okay, so there's one more over there, and then we go up and left. Ow. Oh, it's color switch one, isn't it? Don't care about the gem. Just in general, I really enjoy indie games anyway. Even before this whole stuff going down, a lot of bigger scale games felt very samey, cookie cutter to me because they in general had to play it safe. Varun's in chat. Which, I mean, if you're trying to make back $200 million, it makes sense that you're not going to try to do niche mechanics, but try to appeal to everyone. Jerks. Go away. I'm gonna have to come back through this room later. The top part's not happy. Key. Rupee money. Down here. Congrats on your catch, Boogeyman. Neither of those are really worth it. Oop, this one's pushable. Item slot. That's always good. Take the kinstone.
Hydration check.
Let's check that. Thank you for the hydration check. Yeah, I'm trying to think of even what large titles are coming out this year that I care about. I think pretty much everything on my list is an indie game this year. Hey, Red Kinstone. Yeah, I hope people enjoy Resident Evil 9. The Resident Evil series has never really been one I've cared about. The long switch block bothers me. You want to see individual blocks, that's fair. I do need to play Trails in the Sky Chapter 1 at some point. That is something that interests me. RPGs like that, I do care about. Granted, I would also argue that Trails in the Sky is closer to an indie series at this point than a AAA game. This is gonna be bad. Yeah, I've never cared about the Forza series either. We also have potentially Half-Life 3 this year, which I probably won't buy. The new James Bond game from the makers of Hitman, which I also likely won't care about at all. What other big games are there this year, potentially? There's a chance Grand Theft Auto 6 releases this year, which I definitely don't care about. Hey, Pancakes. Oh, yeah. Marvel Wolverine's supposed to be out this year. Which I also won't buy until it's, like, super duper cheap. I hope you have a good lurk, Pancakes. There is currently a lot of smoke that Half-Life 3 will be coming out this year. Basically, for the last 6 months or so, things have been ramping up that it's a real thing. Shortly before the Steam Machine and Steam Frame were announced, there was a lot of rumors talking about Half-Life 3 releasing with Steam hardware, and then those got announced, and a number of insiders with a good reputation have teased that the new Half-Life game is going to be released at the same time as the Steam Machine. Those are fine. But basically, I haven't seen this much smoke about a game since shortly before the Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced, and that one was also legitimate at the time. But we shall find out soon enough. The Steam Machine's supposed to be out in 2 to 3 months. That's fair, Erica, though ice cream, at least around me, is not too expensive. The quarts of ice cream still get down to about $2 during the summer. And I don't disagree with the statement that it's kind of just been something that resurfaces every so often. Usually when it does, it's just 1 or 2 people talking about it. Basically, every single notable insider has talked about Half-Life 3 in the last 6 months. Including a number of them that usually don't talk unless they're 100% sure something's coming. To be fair, it wouldn't be surprising if they just released it at the same time with the Steam Machine without announcing it beforehand. Compass. There's another shop that way, and 2 more keyholes. Ferry room back that way. So we're gonna go back to the ferry room real quick. Oh, I live in a state that makes a lot of milk. And a decent chunk of ice cream, so a number of the brands just get really cheap around me. Nope. I hate spitters. key just sitting there. I should stop picking up all the magic. Actually, I don't think there's a way to restore my magic anyways. Need one more sword. Be well off. We're into ads. Ow. Nope, nothing I want there. Voices telling you to buy things are back. What are they telling you to buy, Wackerly? Maybe you should listen to them. Not that I'm 100% sure Wackerly can hear me right now. I think Wackerly's talking about the ads. It's very unfortunate. At least she gave me some health back. What's this way? And money. Cool. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Four, five. Okay, we're in okay shape. Still have the one map over there. I just did this. I should remember most of this. I'm gonna go temp drop some stuff in here. And welcome back from ads. Grab these two, drop these two off. Must buy Red Bull. Yep, fair enough. I've actually had Red Bull in a long time. I don't recall hating it, but I don't recall it being anything all that interesting either.
Maintain perfect posture. Check.
Thank you, Darcy. Most of like the energy drinks I end up drinking are weird flavors like Sour Patch Kids. So far, so good. I'm in decent shape in order to actually finish this. Yep, Ghost has Sour Patch Red and Blue. They also have Jolly Rancher ones, and High C, and a few others. The Sour Patch one tastes a lot like it, but you can tell there's gonna be a lot of artificial sweetener in there. I also, in general, tend to wish that they sold energy drinks without most of the other stuff in it. I like the odd flavors. I don't really want the caffeine or anything else from it. A Red Bull was made Jaeger rounds for New Year's like 6 to 7 years ago. That is fair. Want an energy drink that's high in caffeine, sugar, and Adderall? Adderall you need to get on the side, not in the drink. I could talk to my doctor about ADHD meds again. I was on Adderall for the longest time, but I don't like myself on Adderall. More sugar. Also, hi, cat. Hope you're doing well. Okay, that one, that one, that one. No, wait. That one. Five bombs. Yeah, I took Adderall up until my first year of college, which is also around the time I started being more the person I am today. I only officially came out as non-binary 6 years ago, but I basically started self-identifying as non-binary back in that first year of college. Meow. Yeah, I didn't really change anything when I came out as non-binary. I just learned that there was a term for how I was already self-identifying. Catch and Clefairy catch. Alright, hoping for at least 5 bombs here too. Or is that enough? I think it is. It absolutely is Grunkle Stan from Gravity Falls. That's actually quite useful. You know what I really don't care about? Shot. Yeah, I never super liked gender roles, and even before I started identifying as non-binary and whatnot, I never super liked being included as, quote, one of the guys. Wackerly, good ones. No, I'm trying to get out of here without you. need the 2 spots right now. Glad you two are having fun with that. Yeah, I run the Grunkle Stan skin when I am doing a Gamba run on this thing. Wait, I already did get these 2. Okay. Attack the one south of there then. Anyway, let's pop in here for a moment. You'll heal me. I just wanted to get a little healing. Oh, that's a shame, Erica. I'll probably cook some eggs after this stream. That'll probably be my plan. Okay, I got all the gems from here. I got a bunch of purples. A red. Drop you for a moment. Drop you for a moment. Doing menial tasks occupy your mind so you don't think about the entropy of the universe, how exists species have a long distinguished. And then, not quite that far, but I do a lot of random stuff. It's also part of the reasons I write, but now I have a lot more focus on streaming, just so I don't think about random stuff. And hey, Graphic Reborn. Yeah, this is a really cool fan project. Diamond, have the pendant bag, have the bomb bag. It's the gem bag I'm missing, and that's not on diamond. Okay. You have money for me. Then the ruby. Oh, the ruby and the diamond would have made the gem bag. That's fine. Ruby and purple makes a rod of hearts. Ruby and pink makes a red potion. Let's get a rod of hearts. And 2 pink gets me some soda, or a pink and a purple gets me an antidote. So we're gonna do this for a little bit more food. What's something I'm obsessed with? Boxes and holes. Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna go with I think I'm just gonna go with mental health this time. I really love to promote good mental health, etc. I think it's very important. It's part of the reason I try to create a real calm space for people so they can escape from things that are dragging them down. I'll get serious from time to time, but most of the time I just want to be laid back and relax. Eat one fairy, leave the rest. As a high school, I didn't feel like much of a man. I didn't feel like a woman either. I just had a gender dude at the time. You need to got masculine jawline and facial hair, so I went back to bog standard male. Yeah, that's fair. Very important, nerd. Otters in their spaces. I mean, we have holes, Mars, because foxes like holes. That's why I always jump down them. Well, that worked out that they jumped down. Need one more sword level. I only have a red stone right now. Bombs! In general, I just hope everyone knows how much I truly appreciate y'all hanging out with me, enjoying spending time here, etc. I have cited repeatedly that having all the wonderful people that hang out here definitely made last year a lot more bearable. Last year was not an amazing year for me, but managed to keep myself in high spirits and just in a good place thanks to everyone here. Eek! You kind of assess coming with lore for your Twitch name? That's fair. I technically released lore last year. I've never been too bothered about it. But I do have a lore story and all of that. I believe it's still got its own little channel on the Discord. I should expand it at some point. I do have notes that are included beyond that a little bit. Yeah, I'll also, I think pretty soon, be working with Wear Your Stripes on a charity drive to raise awareness for people with chronic illnesses and whatnot. I very much support that cause, as well as accessibility stuff for gamers and other stuff, like even accessibility outside of gamers. Like, I would love to see something like movie theaters adding showings that have intermissions so people can go use the restroom without missing anything. Simple stuff like that. And that's fair, nice and concise. It mostly went away because without the intermission, you can probably fit an extra showing per day. And that's more important to a lot of places than accommodating people that would need an intermission. Especially nowadays when movies are 3+ hours long at times. Oh, absolutely. I think some showings with marked intermissions would be great. Like, you don't even need some sort of illness to that be useful. There's plenty of people that out here, in general, that just 3 hours, especially if you're drinking a drink during a movie, is going to be rough to get through without leaving. And it always sucks to leave in the middle of a movie like that. Yeah, I personally don't get to the movies too often. If I go, it's usually decently late in the run. But I've always suffered a bit from agoraphobia. I don't like being trapped in a room with a bunch of people. But also, as you said, with streaming, it's in general easier than ever just to watch the movies at home without having to spend a lot of money. Eek! This one. Yeah, that's also quite possible, Mars. If they went back to having intermissions, they would likely see concession increase, just because it'd give people a chance to go buy concessions as well. this keyhole I'm trying to get to? So many spikes. Spikes, scary. Guess there's 2 berries left. Oop, I accidentally picked them both up. What, this way? I don't think I've really gone this way. I have. There's 2 loops here then. Means I probably need 2 keys. I miss not having the safety pendant. It does give me so much safety. So I'm not sure where the locked door is either. That's part of the problem right now. Ow. Spikes just tickle your feet. Don't worry about stepping on them. Okay, the locked door is going to bring me there. So it's up and to the left. No, it's down that way and to the left. Oh, I forgot I picked a sword high enough level to take out the traps. Oh yeah, movie theaters do not get much off the ticket sales. The vast majority of that goes to the movie creators. This is the wrong way. I don't have gems worth throwing in. I do have the heart rod though. Yep. And like concessions are so high that I rarely pick up any when I'm there. I can't justify a nearly $10 bottle of, or bucket of popcorn. No matter how much I like the oil they use for butter. So I think it's the 19th of this month that the movie theater I typically go to is giving away a free large popcorn with each ticket. And that happens to coincide with the Zombieland Saga, or not Land. Land doesn't sound right. Maybe it's Land. Sure. Probably good enough. If I go use this, I can pick up the magic. I can also use this a little bit. Oh yeah, it's most likely the distributors. Like, I know some of the directors are on record saying they don't want movie theaters to add intermissions unless they specifically put it in the movie themselves. My counter to that is, like, I get not wanting it randomly broken up, but most movies have a scene change at some point in them that could work as a stopping point. Oh yeah, plenty of people still get concessions. I know plenty of people that will go to the movies and just accept that they're going to spend $80-some on a movie to make it so that their entire family has concessions and whatnot. Any of these? No. Oop, Gamba time! We'll buy more food for this price. Always want to play it safe. Yeah, most of my friends sneak in stacks if we go to the movies. I know that's very much a thing, too. I'm usually goody two-shoes and don't sneak in stuff like that. Use that a few times. Use this, I can pick up these. Yeah, I also just have not been to the movies in a long time. Okay, here's hoping Muldrum goes okay like he did last time. I'm not really any weaker than last time. No, $80 for the family. The tickets are $30, $40. The concessions are also $30, $40. Yep, I'll just eat before a movie. The last one I went to was either Guardians 3 or the Spider-Man one. I get tempted to go to an anime movie every once in a while. But I then lose motivation knowing that it'll come to the service I already pay for not too much later. Interesting loop, little worm. But I suppose I should talk to my one friend and see if he wants to go to Zombieland Saga. Alright, I probably have this Gamba done. We'll see. I know Mars put bet against me. This question. Don't care so much about the indefinitely part, but I need more details on the robot. If it's like the Ghost in the Shell, androids, etc., absolutely. I don't love my body. I'd happily change it out. Yeah, most of the movies that interest me are anime movies, and most of the anime movies that have released in the last so many years have been ones that I haven't been motivated to watch after they release, let alone during, such as Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen. I should catch up on Jujutsu Kaisen, and I think I can finally continue Demon Slayer. I think I'm finally done hating on the beginning of Season 2 of that. That got me nowhere. Customize it, make it look cuter. Body's broken so many ways. New body made. Yeah. Could make something nicely androgynous, or if I could just switch things, that would be great too. Like, I always joke that shapeshifting is one of the top powers I like, if for no other reason than I could just kind of look how I feel on a given day. Well, that was bad of me. Let's eat that salad. Button! Alright, my most likely spots for a hidden room are down and in the bottom left corner. So let's double check down. That looks promising. Part of my lore being a maple syrup slime. Nice. Yeah, technically, my fox half is a kitsune, and kitsune are known as tricksters and shapeshifters, so it's not like I don't, lore-wise as a VTuber, have a way to shapeshift. But I love it for an actual ability. Nope. I can be blown up this time, which might be a problem in some rooms. Let's see here. Let's go use these up, come back for the kinstone. I'll waste a little bit more money on food. Green kinstone on here? No. Means I don't need that kinstone. The Dark World Overworld theme is an amazing song. There's a lot of great songs on Link to the Past. Death Mountain Dark World, both pre and post Moon Pearl are also very good. Yeah. Burn you. Okay, I got 5 ice bombs. So, I'm not 100% sure what I think the best Zelda song is. I do believe the most underrated Zelda song, though, is the Ballad of the Windfish from Link's Awakening. That song, like, never gets any mentions, even though it deserves them. I especially enjoy the OCCR remix of it. Gerudo Valley is a great song. That is hands down true. I hate stealth missions, but I don't mind doing that one just because the song is so good. Oh yeah, Castlevania has a lot of great songs. So does Final Fantasy and Mega Man. And there's one more series that is way up there for me. I like a lot of the Ace Attorney stuff too. There's a door down there. GM area. Chrono Trigger's on my list to replay, sort of play recently. For the longest time, I had said I'd play Chrono Trigger, but especially watching a little bit of Azure, playing the randomizer, and thinking about it more, I think I got about halfway through Chrono Trigger, got stuck on something, was too lazy to look it up, and just quit playing. I got stuck in the future. Okay, it's the right direction, Stan. And as long as I don't spend anything, that is the pull, but I still gotta win. Nope. I could totally see not liking Chrono Trigger. Like, I have constantly said I prefer Chrono Cross over Trigger. But I also love huge casts. I've actively not completed Cross, though. That one's been a little bit cursed for me. We talked about corrupted saves, I think, the last time I streamed, or I was on someone's stream with the Ace Attorney, and yeah, Chrono Cross is one of the games that I had a corrupted save on. But also, it should have never been allowed to be sold on the PS3 as it was. I think I'll play Hybrid Haven on stream eventually. Best RPG ever made, but has the platforming the worst game ever made. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know that one off the top of the head. One of the RPGs that I'm planning to play at some point that's more niche is Princess Crown. Which, if it kind of sounds familiar, it's because it's pseudo the game that inspired Dragon's Crown, as well as Odin Sphere. Can I go left in here? I can. Oh, gem bag. Yeah, I'll have to look into that one. Start playing Xenogears. That's one I need to play. I played some of the Xenosaga games. I played some of the Xeno Blade stuff. I've never properly played Xenogears. Up and left or down and left? Which one is it? I'm gonna go with down and left. Nice. Left it all here? I can't. So it must have been up and left. So, Xenoblade's a series I really want to like. It is a series I own every game but the most recent release, and I own Xenoblade X on the Wii U. I'm pretty sure. I've only played the first game, and I stopped that because I got annoyed at the random difficulty spikes in the game. And I'm not even talking about the random enemies that are way higher. Just some of the boss enemies have random spikes on them, too. Meow. Tales of franchise. I do like a lot of Tales of games. My general thoughts on the Tales of series, though, is that I like them because I play them with friends, and a lot of the Tales of games... Where does this take me? That's right, this takes me to where the key goes. Are games that I consider to be... I'm just going to grab another key, just in case. Solid beginnings, solid ends, terrible middles. Alright, just gotta beat Aga now, and we'll have a successful Gambit run. Not by much. I could still use the ring to get myself a bit more money. There. 1873. Aspersion Cavalli Electric Engine. Just never went back to it. I was enjoying it though. I liked Symphonia, though I wish that it get a proper remake, upgrading the battle camera, etc. Vesperia is enjoyable, Abyss is enjoyable, and I like Assyria. This area was fun. Main character's outfit aside, but at least I could change it right away. Her outfit is horrible. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I've enjoyed what I've played of the Mana series. I'm happy they've been remaking a bunch of those. Make them a little bit cleaner, balanced, etc. And yeah, this music's also really good. 4. Aga is real angry in this. There's a reason why I started 2 weeks later and was one of the first people that beat it on stream. I have been repeatedly told it's unfair how easy I make this battle look. Yeah, this Aga's real angry. Okay. It's early enough. I can probably do one more. I did end with over 1700. The believers got it! Yeah, no. So what I ended up doing is I got to the boss the first time, and then I watched my own fight. I did not watch anyone else's fight of it, and picked out most of the pattern for my own fight. And then after the second fight, I survived for a decent amount of time, watched that, and it was the third fight that I finally beat it. Let's see.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Ness. Hope you're doing well. Don't really want to speedrun this. I think this was scary. We can try the more enemies one. Enemies at the I am Death Incarnate level. I think that's a fine thing to go about. Trunks can handle more enemies. He knows how to use a sword. Yeah, the downside is the more enemies really don't drop more stuff. So this is just dealing with a lot of enemies. And some of the rooms are real mean with that. If you watched the last run, you know this is definitely more enemies. Getting more attack power, very important for this. Let's see, if you were giving 20,000 through Amazing Part and Gathering event, what would it look like? Yeah, that's fair. Plastic Surgeon Party, in your case. Right now, theater to play games, gather 4 of your VTuber friends. Donkey Kong 64 5-person co-op. Wait, Donkey Kong 64 supports co-op. Pass the one controller around. Ah, that's fair. So many enemies. We'll see how this goes. I believe this one took me a couple runs before I finally beat it. I had failed to start recording again. Oh well, I'll download the video after and just hope everything's good audio-wise. I needed a run that I got a lot of attack early on to get through this fine. And also to just stop attacking enemies at some point. And I mean, that's totally fair. I play Itadaki Street co-op with my best friend, where we just trade off on turns. That way we can both blame each other for bad rolls, bad positioning, or losing to the computer. I haven't played too much of that game, actual versus multiplayer, just because some of the stuff I do in that game feels very mean. I have no food. This is dangerous. There's so many enemies. Oh yeah, Base, A Link to the Past is real annoying with the beeping. If you ever watch me play a randomizer and I'm beeping, that's at half the frequency. Because I always have my randomizer turned to half. Alright, lovely seeing you, Cat. I hope you have a great day. Quarter's totally fair, too. I really need to find some health or hearts. Otherwise, this run's not going to be long for this world. Wait. Drop some health. None of that was health. I'm in a lot of trouble. Food? Food? Never opened that. Which means most likely I've got to go up to this super duper dangerous room. Oh, that will help.
Did I hear a rockin' stone?
Rockin' stone. Curse! Items that replenish health won't do anything. Grab 2 shop items to fix that. I don't know where any shops are. This is scary. I had not noticed, but you did, didn't you? That's really quick. I thought you had to wait 60 days. Did you contact support and they made an exception? But I'm glad you're able to fix it. Alright, we're buying a quiver and some food.
Hydration check.
I dropped arrows somewhere. Thank you for the hydrations. I'm being forced to buy a quiver to stop my curse. I'm gonna pick up my damn arrows again. Yes, lovely to see you, Ness. I hope you're picking up Mahjong pretty well. I'm gonna see how far I can get into this run. It's gonna be a very slow run with all these enemies. Yeah, that's totally valid. Not being motivated to refill your water. Ah, I see. Also nice that you can customize your capitalizations. It does look much better with the Ness capitalized. That was a gold kinstone. And this is a green. Of course I have the two that aren't those. Peach juice does sound pretty good right now. I won't lie. Need more defense, I need more attack. Some health at least. Hey, Bruce. Hope you've gotten some good sleep. If you're up at this time, you probably just woke up randomly. Well, that's a scary room with not much reward in it. Just woke up for a second. There. This feels like decent odds. Alright. Ice. Curse. Collected rupees are worth nothing. There's 60 rupees I don't get. Kill 20 enemies. Well... at the very least... ah, there was a key in here. At least I have a chunk of enemies down. That was 10 of them. Minor plus to all of this craziness going on. Where to buy armor out of these? Well, maybe I should have bought food. Look for world building over anything else? That is totally fair. Task completed! I know, shocking. I managed to kill 20 enemies pretty quickly. Pokepox! Pokepox is a friend of the stream, has been around for a while, and always a wonderful time. Bringing in chubby Charmanders. Does a wide range of games. What were you playing today?
Hydration check.
You're doing Arkham Asylum, or Return to Arkham Asylum. Hope you're having a lot of fun with that. So, thank you for the hydrations.
Maintain perfect posture. Check.
Always appreciate it. But yeah, Pokepox is someone you should go hang out with. Constantly streaming, but also just a valued member of this community, hanging out here all the time. Always appreciate having Pokepox around. Do not want to deal with Chain Man. Alright, have fun with Thor. After this run, I'll probably be calling it, but I will be back in 9.5 hours with some indie games today. Probably mostly indie demos showcasing this week. Schedule this of 2 days of horror games. I'll be doing horror on Saturday and comic book games on Sunday. Nice. And that's totally fair, Wackerly. I tend to avoid the first myself. As for the video game mechanics, I'll watch a chunk of that, but mostly as a zone-out thing. I don't really consider those shows good, but they are solid for me just to completely zone out and to relax to without paying much attention. I really need more attack. Okay, the other key has shop in it, but I need 2 keys. Okay. Lovely seeing you, Pokepox. I hope you have a great rest of your night and get some great sleep. Always lovely to see you. Snacks! Looks like I failed to go through that room down there. I might have to go back that way. No. This probably goes left and then down. It does not. Is that down circle up into there? Let me go double check this room down here. There's no enemies this way. Unless I left a heart, I thought. Okay. So I do need to cycle around somewhere. That entrance is to the left. This left is blocked some. Ah. We're just gonna do it this way. Key. I have 2 keys. How much money, though? None of you are weapons, though. The lack of attack ups making this very tricky. What did you work on? Magic refill item. Was there one of those? It's not like I use magic for anything. No. Screw it. We're gonna buy the heart. I don't think there's any other shops here. But let's just protect myself a little bit more that way. Took care of him. Now the rest of this shouldn't be too bad. So I'll take 3 hits, but pretty mindless. Money. And I might need to go down to this path anyways. So, off we go. Think about it like when stories in general drop into the world with context exclusively rather than a clueless protagonist whose everything is plain to them. And that's also fair. The clueless protag is just a common thing because it's an easy way to have a reason to explain everything to the viewer. Same with partially why the isekai stuff is so popular for a setting as well, just because instead of having a complete idiot character for that, you just have the clueless character that doesn't know the world, so they get it all explained to them as well. That's why arguably a lot of isekai shows, after like the first or second episode, the isekai part really doesn't matter anymore. They just kind of forget about it. They got to explain the world to the character, and that's it. They're done with it. So requiring a lot of focus. Love disc. Bats won't have anything. Even the level 2 sword would go so far to helping. Only on floor 3. This is taking so long. It's all the enemies. At least this boss isn't hard if you know what you're doing. Of note, bombs do very little to this enemy in the actual thing. Over here. Something over there real quick. But yeah, playing this will in no way get you actually ready to play Link to the Past. So much stuff has changed. Okay, I have no wand, I have no gold kinstone. Also, hello, Luke. So these ones are actually slowed down from originally what this game had. Those used to be a lot meaner. They used to be even faster. Hope you're doing well. Lovely to see you. Kinstone means I get 2 chests. Antidote and money. I'll take those. Oh yeah, a lot of the stuff's gonna mess with you, Wackerly, when you play this. We're gonna get out of that room. Yeah, especially from stuff like the mimics and whatnot. This game's really weird with them. I have a quiver. I had to buy one of those. Which means probably should have tried to find a way to get the bow. But I need my money for a weapon. Give me a damn shop with a sword already. I'm just gonna run through and grab that. You just regular random mess with your ability to play vanilla? Yeah. I wish I could explain things better to some people playing like vanilla Ocarina of Time. They get stuck at random spots, and I'm like, I don't remember. This might be it for me. Yeah, this uses it's customly built. Yeah, this is it for me. That's all I can do today on this. Let's see. Who's all on? I think I'm going to call it here. Only Sable there. Misa's playing Stardew. You're doing Pal World. I don't think I've rated Misa for a little bit. So let's send you over to Misa. Misa's a bit more of a mature streamer, model-wise and everything. Was a fun person in general. We're gonna go relax. I'm gonna go figure out what to do game-wise tomorrow. I have a slew of demos, so we might just be doing Chiyu's game and then a couple of the indie demos I have. But I hope everyone had fun with this. Just come speeding through the castle to your location. Yeah, Vegeta has my most losses in here because I did tough enemies with Vegeta. But lovely hanging with y'all. Hope y'all have a good one.
Did I hear a rockin' stone?
Rockin' stone, Ness. And see you later. Bye-bye.